When we're looking for information about a big decision we need to make, our natural tendency is to seek out information which confirms our own point of view. This is called confirmation bias, and it is an insidious threat to your future financial health. Now, if you've clicked on this video to confirm what you already thought about confirmation bias, then congratulations. This might be the most meta thing you're going to do this week. For everyone else, let's stick 5 minutes on the clock down here. Say a quick thank you to my friends at 7 Investment Management for continuing to sponsor the show. And let's crack on. We all fall prey to thinking that our own point of view is the correct one. As we get older, we become more entrenched in our own opinions and arguably more closed to any opposing opinions. Now, when it comes to investing, this takes a few different forms. We blindly follow whatever has worked for us in the past, ignoring possible alternatives. We follow the crowd as long as the wisdom of the crowd makes sense to us and agrees with our own points of view. We look for investment news or opinion that resonates with our own views and filter out anything which might contradict it. All this is potentially dangerous because, quite simply, what if we're wrong and we never know? Of course, we could be right, in which case it would make sense to shut out opposing views, but how would we ever know? This could end up being something of a circular argument, couldn't it? Confirmation bias can harm our investing because it blinkers us to alternative views, and that can keep us ignorant of very sound, evidence-based alternative approaches. And none of us want to be ignorant, do we? So here are 3 very quick tips to keep confirmation bias at bay. The first is to cultivate humility. Now, humility is, or should be, a lifelong pursuit, and that would seem to run counter to the current worldview. But it strikes me that cultivating humility, rather than making us vulnerable, strengthens us by keeping us more informed, more mindful, and more open. Read this book, Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. One of my favorite books of all time, and so good that I've committed to reading it once a year for the rest of my life. So if you happen to run into me when I'm 65, ask me if I'm still doing it, right? Cheers. Secondly, actively look for evidence, not opinion, which runs counter to your own views. So that means you need to make a point of reading or consuming investment information that offers alternative views or approaches to the one which you are currently following. It's crucial, though, to demand evidence for any alternative views. Don't just accept opinions. They're essentially worthless. And once you have found some good evidence-based alternatives, be careful about weighing it. Take your time to think through how that alternative might complement your own current existing investing trajectory. Remember that you don't have to accept an alternative approach in whole. You might be able to just take a part of it and sort of key that into what you're currently doing. It really isn't an all or nothing approach. Thirdly, really important, understand that there is no one way to invest. If there was a perfect system for building wealth, then we'd all be doing it and we'd all be billionaires. Don't know about you, but I'm not there yet. So whether it's passive index tracking, value or growth investing, momentum investing, buying property, there are plenty of ways to skin the wealth building cat. Beware making massive changes in response to anything, whether it's market movements or the latest guru spouting off about what he or she thinks you should be doing with your investments. Take your time. Chew things over. In the context of a 30-plus year investing horizon, a delay of a week or 2 while you are mindfully considering alternative options isn't going to make or break your future wealth building success. So, cultivate humility. Read Ego is the Enemy. Actively look for evidence which contradicts your own views, and understand that there is no one perfect way to invest. With those 3 in mind, here's a quote from legendary Stoic Marcus Aurelius. "If anyone can refute me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never harmed anyone." Wise words and food for thought. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in next week's 5 Minute Friday.